It's back. The final film in the chronology until tomorrow.
Yes, the final film. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. But this is at least the end of the Star Wars saga, if anything, because I feel they're making a whole new story with this one. So this is at least the end of this story of Star Wars.
I think there could be grouped by trilogies, you know. The first trilogy is the story of Anakin. This trilogy was the story of Luke. And now the next trilogy is probably like the story of Rey. Is what I assume.
Yeah. Or Finn. We don't know yet. Well, for sure. But it's probably Rey.
I think well, I'm just going off what JJ said is that it's about Skywalker. So, Skywalker family. So, Rey might be a Skywalker then, I guess, or we'll see.
We don't know. We don't know.
We have
But anyway, Return of the Jedi. I'll say, first of all, not the best of the trilogy.
I think it is a step down from the first two. But not hating on the film because it's incredibly hard to top those two.
No,
or even
this is a great, excellent movie.
I think it's a good movie.
I just wanted to set the tone, like right there.
I think it's an excellent movie. I think it's a good movie. Yeah. I think it brings back, enough of the feeling from the originals to continue to be solid. However, it does stumble at times, and I will acknowledge that in my video here. Yeah, so let's dive in.
You want to just start at the top of the movie?
Yeah, let's start with Jabba the Hutt sequence, because this is one of my complaints about this film.
Okay, go ahead. Share your complaints.
So, I've always said that I think it would have been a lot more effectual if this was just a heist sequence, and we kind of started in the action, because it would have shortened up the scene, because the scene is over 40 minutes long. I just checked. A long time for an opening scene in the movie that doesn't have anything to do with the main plot. You know what I mean? If this tied in somehow, I'd understand. It really doesn't. It's just rescuing Han, you know. I wish that they kind of just started this movie inside the action. We get, Leia, probably holding Han up, crouched on his shoulder, and she's like, come on, we gotta get out of here. And then, they're running through the palace, and then you see 3PO and R2 just kind of like putzing around, like being like idiots, and then Luke's like fighting these guys, and with Lando, like how cool would that have been? Really kind of fast paced. And then they get to the throne room, and there's Jabba. That would have been cool. Here it's just a lot more slow paced, a lot more like, oh, okay, first R2 and 3PO are gonna get to the palace, and then they'll see that Lando's there, and then Leia is going to bring Chewbacca there and kind of pretend to be a bounty hunter and, sell Chewbacca for some reason. Then that night, Leia's going to try and break Han out, and then she's going to fail. But luckily, that's not it. Luke's going to show up the next day. He's going to come in, and he's also going to fail and get captured after trying to pull a blaster out and shoot Jabba or something. I don't even know what he was going for there. Pretty silly a little bit.
Yeah, even I can't explain that one. That was interesting.
Yeah, and then they get captured, and then they get brought to the Sarlacc pit, and then, this huge battle happens there, and they finally able to kill Jabba, rescue Han, and get away all safe and sound.
That being said, I agree it goes on too long. I think they need to cut this in half. But I love the reveals. First of all, barring the special editions of the original, which
fine to do.
I hate that he's in there.
Yeah.
One, because he looks terrible. Two, it's the reveal of him and the reveal of the Millennium Falcon at the same time. Screw that. No, Jabba the Hutt being revealed here is excellent. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love the other characters we see. I always blank on the second in command guy, the guy with the weird tail thing.
Bib Fortuna?
Bib Fortuna, thank you. Yeah, and of course, oh no, I'm blanking on his name. The guy that makes the...
Salacious Crumb.
Yes, thank you.
And
he's great.
And then Max Rebo and the
Max Rebo, yeah. I hate Jedi Rock. Well, I like the song ironically, but it's a terrible, terrible song.
You always call it that. Where did you get that?
Jedi Rocks. It's in the soundtrack.
Is it really called?
Yes.
See, I never really listened to that song on the soundtrack.
Yeah, it's called Jedi Rocks. It's
so really
stupid. No, the original song's way better. But anyway, I love these little reveals. I like the Rancor scene, even though I'll admit, in the original version, that's the one part that doesn't look good.
What I'm saying is the Rancor and the Sarlacc both in the same sequence.
Yeah, even though I like the Rancor, I would have been fine if they cut that out and just did the Sarlacc. They have Leia maybe release Han from the carbonite, and then, Luke comes, Fred and Jabba, and they say, okay, Jabba says, okay, arrest them, take them to the Sarlacc pit.
Again, I have a little bit of a problem with with the whole scene. You know, I would have done what I said. Just kind of make it a little more fast paced, a little more into the action right away.
Yeah. I like the original Starlight Pit. I don't like it with a beak, honestly. It reminds me too much of Super Mario, the plant creatures.
Yeah, it looks weird. You know, it's like it just doesn't really fit. I like the more of the pit. You know, it makes it feel less like a pit if you have a beak. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's creepy, the pit. But anyway, I do love the reveal of him being a Jedi finally, or close enough to it where he's truly can call himself a Jedi Knight.
Yeah, Luke really feels like he has a lot more.
He has a new lightsaber now because he lost his father's old lightsaber. He's created a green lightsaber. It's the first time we'd ever seen a green lightsaber in a Star Wars movie.
And there's a reason for that.
What's that?
It was going to be blue, and then they realized it blended in with the blue sky in the shots.
Really? So okay, I didn't know this.
Yep, that's totally the reason. There's no other reason. Like, there's no creative reason. That's why.
Well, it's still cool. Honestly, when I was a kid, and you know the prequels kind of ruined that, but I wasn't really thinking about those when I was thinking of this. I thought that meant he is a Jedi Knight now. But when he has a blue lightsaber, that means Padawan for some reason.
Well, Anakin's lightsaber would have been blue then.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't thinking about it.
Okay. No, but it's fine. I like the kind of cool different color differences. That's cool too. I just think it would have been a little more sense if they made purple lightsabers more than just Mace Windu's. Because it's like, okay, I guess he's
well, Samuel L. Jackson specifically asked for that one.
Yeah, but they just give it a few other people them just so it doesn't look weird. But anyway.
Yeah, we get that rescue scene, which, yes, it's pointless. Slave Leia, by the way, what the hell? That's too weird. I mean, as a kid, I never noticed. Like, as a kid, I was like, oh no, she's in trouble.
I just didn't think it was necessary, you know. I understand what they're trying to go for.
I get it,
slave,
yeah.
It's like, you know, Carrie Fisher didn't want to do it, then they made her do it.
That's why I hate it. It's like, I mean, one, it's like, okay, you're pandering to the audience. True, come on. We don't need sexualization in a Star Wars movie. And Carrie Fisher didn't even want to do it. 3 reasons why.
And Disney has announced they're ceasing up production of any more Slave
Leia Thank you,
merchandise.
Disney.
So.
I wonder why Disney would do that, considering it's very kid-friendly. But anyway.
Moving on, then we get Luke and Yoda.
Yeah, Luke goes back to Dagobah to speak to Yoda, and Yoda dies, and it's really sad.
It is pretty sad, but I you know, you understand why. You know, he's very old.
Sure.
He's come to the end.
When 900 years your rates look like this, you will.
No, he's like
he's
making a joke because it's like you won't look better than this. You know, he thinks he looks pretty good for 900, so it's pretty funny. But yeah, he dies. But then we get a really good scene with Obi-Wan where he's finally like, "Hey, dude, what the heck? I thought you said." He murdered my father, not he is my father. And then Obi-Wan's like, well, if you technically look at it from this way.
I have something to say about that because it doesn't bother me. As funny as it is to make fun of that line, it doesn't bother me, and here's why. He's going after the Eastern philosophies, religion.
No, I totally understand.
And they're seeing it like, really what he says. The goodness of Anakin Skywalker is dead. He became this whole different evil person.
I just think Obi-Wan lied to have Luke a lot more predisposed to kill Vader. And then when he found out,
a little too much information to dump on his kid who's just learning about his.
No, I'm just saying what I think. What I think. My theory is Luke. He's just lying for his own reasons, and then he's caught on the line. He's like, "Well, technically, it was true if you just look at it from a certain."
Although there's an amazing robot chicken sketch, we won't get into it, but check it out on YouTube. It's hilarious. Anyway.
Yeah, I just think it's a little funny how he says it, you know. But
and then of course also Yoda reveals to Luke right before he dies that is.
He figures it out from what Obi-Wan said.
No, well, he says there's another Skywalker to him.
Yeah, but it's funny that he figures it out all by himself. He knows, Leia's my sister.
Well, yeah, he asks about it, and then he's like, yes, there is another. Yeah. You have a sister. And he's like, what?
No, he doesn't say that.
No, he knows.
Obi-Wan doesn't say anything. He just like, yeah, there's another. And, you
oh, okay.
And she's like, and he's like,
I just watched this.
But but he doesn't say Leia. He doesn't.
No, but he says like you have a sister, and then he's like Leia.
Yeah, he does say that, but he's not
because she's the only female in the entire galaxy.
No,
so it has to be her.
You're right, he does say that, and he's like Leia's my sister.
Okay.
And it's a cool scene, and then we get back to the Rebel fleet, and with Mon Mothma and her creepiest.
And of course, Admiral Akbar.
Yeah, I love Mon Mothma in her creepiest sounding voice possible. Many
Boffins died to bring us this
information. She doesn't blink once. She's like,
it's really creepy.
Many Boffins died to bring us this information.
I'm like, are you possessed? She's possessed. I swear.
Her eyes turned red. No, and then, you know, it's kind of cool. It's a cool scene, like world building. I love the way the Death Star looks, you know, in the graphic.
Yeah, the Death Star's being rebuilt, of course. Oh, yeah, we missed the opening scene though, real quick. So let's go. Because I want to mention this. I love the build up to the Emperor because we've only seen him like in blue image through a. Oh God, I keep wanting to say Skyfall for some reason. I'm sorry. Hologram. I'm stupid, I'm sorry. But hologram, and now we're going to finally see him for real in the movie. Yeah, he's
built up because I love that Moff Jerjad is talking to Vader saying like, hey, you know, we're doing our best we can.
And then Vader's like, the Emperor is not pleased with your lack of progress.
And he's like, the Emperor's coming here, we will double our efforts. And he's like, good.
I hope so, Commander, for your sake. The Emperor is not as forgiving as I am.
I love that.
Oh, what? Oh, God. Because, like, we've seen you be forgiving, quote unquote. And, oh, God.
It's pretty cool.
Whatever that is.
But then back to the Rebels. I do like that the group finally reassembles. You know, it's really cool. They listen to General Nadine and his haircut. I love that haircut. You can't beat that. They better bring back some of those haircuts, man. Those 70s, 80s era.
It is very of the time. It is pretty cool. But
yeah, but they all reassemble and then
we learn what the plan is. So the Death Star is next to the moon of Endor, not Endor, but everyone calls it Endor, and that's fine. But anyway,
the Forest Moon of Endor.
The Forest Moon of Endor.
That is not named ever.
Yeah, we never actually know the name. But anyway, and we learn the plan is to send a core group of soldiers.
Yeah, on a stolen Imperial shuttle.
All our main characters, of course.
They all volunteer.
Except for Lando.
Lando's got to lead the fleet, so.
Which is cool. He still gets something awesome to do.
Yes.
You know, this is his. I kind of look at this one as his redemption from being kind of a villain-esque character in the last one.
Yeah, and it works too. It does.
Yeah. Although I did notice, I was like, wouldn't Han still be questioning? Because Leia and everyone else knows he's saved them and helped them, but wouldn't Han be like, wait, last time I saw you, you were betraying me, freezing me in carbonite. Oh, what the hell?
I think that they have he realizes, probably told that.
Okay.
Well, Lando was there at the escape, helping him get out.
I guess he kind of put two and two together then.
Yeah, and then he's like, because then he's like, you know, like, oh, look at you, a general. You know, it's kind of like that scene when they kind of reunite, you know.
Okay, that's fair. But anyway, yeah.
They go to the moon.
They go to the moon.
Oh, I should bring this up.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so they're piloting the shuttle to approach the moon. And I noticed this, to be fair, I noticed this when I was a kid. I'm not nitpicking. This is me. Just little 10-year-old me watching Return of the Jedi being like, this seems silly. So, Admiral Piet apparently personally deals with, like... So apparently whoever dealt with the shuttle arrivals and the shield generator was sick that day. And of course the Empire, you know, not having anybody to fill in, put the Admiral in charge, or Captain maybe now. I don't know. He's been deranked.
He was deranked. Apparently he wasn't killed for his failure in the last one.
They just demoted him to Captain of the Executor.
Lucky him, but anyway.
But so he's there. He's like, oh, what is this shuttle doing? You know, it's like, and he's like putting his nose into it. And I was like, why? Who cares? It's the shuttle. And I understand why Vader cares, because he senses Luke. That's why he gets in on it. But to Admiral Piet, I was like, I was about to clear them. What's wrong? I have no idea. What's wrong with you? And it's like, it's just so silly to me that the Admiral would be personally dealing with it. But I do like the scene that Han is like, they're not going for it, Chewie. I don't think this is going to work. And then they're like, shuttle Tiberium, you are cleared. And he's like, see, I told you it'd work. It's just such a Han thing to do, you know. But
keep your distance, Chewie,
it is a little bit of a
look like you're trying to keep your distance.
It's a little bit of a nitpick, but I gotta bring it up.
Honestly, it didn't bother me until you mentioned it, and I'm like, fine. It doesn't really.
I just think it's kind of funny that the Empire, this huge battle station, and this massive executor, the Admiral is dealing with the freaking.
Yeah, but anyway, we get them going down to Endor.
Yes.
Finally, and we meet a very divisive group of characters amongst the Star Wars fandom.
Well, first, we get the Scout Troopers, because apparently you need a new set of armor for every planet.
I like the Scout Troopers.
No, I like their look. Actually, I'm just making a joke.
Scout Troopers are awesome.
If I were to dress up as one of them, I'd probably be a Scout Trooper. I love their
That would be cool, yeah. And then we get a really cool speeder bike chase.
Yeah,
which I love playing in video games, by the way.
I think it looks great, for the time, and it's an exciting sequence.
It holds up well. It's great seeing Leia do quite. I mean, she does stuff in Arrow too, but not quite as much as Luke or Han, if you really think about it.
Yeah.
But she does a lot in this scene, and it's great seeing that happen.
But as you said, then we meet...
The Ewoks.
The Ewoks, yes. I've always had a little problem with the Ewoks.
I like the Ewoks.
Okay, so let's talk about this. So everyone knows what the Ewoks are. I just think they're a little too, like, oh, look, toys. Like...
I'll give you that. I'll concede that much. It does feel like the first time in a Star Wars movie where Lucas was really trying to sell toys to kids. Like, kids like teddy bears. We'll make a race of teddy bears. Now, fun fact, originally this was supposed to be Wookiees.
That I know, and that would have been cool. It's funny because I have to bring this up. I don't know if you want to edit this out, though, but Rob Walker just posted on his Facebook. He's like, I really would have preferred them being Wookiees. And I'm like, well, they were supposed to be Wookiees, but budgetary concerns brought that down, which is really funny. Because a lot of people don't know this, that it was supposed to be Wookiees, and that would have been cool on Kashyyyk. I love seeing that. We did eventually see that in episode 3.
Well, we saw it before this, too.
Oh, well, we don't talk about that.
The holiday special. But anyway.
Yeah, so I think it's... I don't think the Ewoks are, like, painful. I just think it's, like, the beginnings of the Jar Jar-ness in Lucas, where it's starting to form.
Yeah, I can understand why someone would see that, but I feel like here it's still at a tone where it works, and it might be because of Lawrence Kasdan and the other actors that we do care about. But or the other characters, sorry.
Lawrence Kasdan?
Wait.
Oh, I thought you were calling him a character.
No, the writer. I'm talking about the writer, Lawrence Kasdan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was
Lawrence Kasdan's a character?
You're screwing with me. I'm like, did I say the... No, I didn't say the wrong name. What are you talking about?
No, it makes sense now.
Yeah, and the characters, of course. Yeah.
I love that you pointed out that Chewie was a complete idiot and went for the...
Okay, I do have to talk about this thing, because I've always had a problem with this. There's the scene where it's revealed to everyone else, because Leia meets the Ewoks first, but everyone else meets the Ewoks, when Chewie all of a sudden smells food. And there's this thing of meat on a stick. This is Pokemon level trap. Like, for you young people our age, remember Pokemon whenever, like, Team Rocket would play a trap on Ash or something? Yeah. This is one of their traps, where they set something out, and, oh look, there's a net hidden under the grass that happens to catch them all, and it's so freaking obviously, and it's terrible, and I hated it as a kid. I thought that was one step too far.
Sure, we always thinking with your stomach. I love that.
I mean, they have some nice banter with it. I love that. I love, Han's like, Luke's like, Han, can you reach my lightsaber? Yeah, it's like, can't you do it? Use the Force. And then R2's like trying to cut the ropes, and C-3PO's like, oh dude, don't do that, it's really high up. It's like, dude, either way, you gotta cut yourself out, you're gonna fall.
I think he cuts like one rope, and then the whole thing breaks. I always wondering.
I know, one rope, really? Wow, that was really easy.
I didn't understand that. But, anyway. so we meet the Ewoks,
There's some nice banter, at least once they're on the ground. And
this stuff is okay to me. It doesn't really like feel super Star Wars-y.
We learned that C-3PO is apparently a god. They think I'm some
I'm just trying to get through this fast. It's kind of like I go with enough.
I just point out that that's hilarious, and I love that so much.
Yeah, I go with it up to the battle, and I want to talk about this because we'll talk about this first. I think it's a little silly that the Emperor says my best troops, a whole legion of my best troops, is waiting for them on the moon. And then a bunch of teddy bears come out and easily deal with like this massive army of
here's what Lucas is going for, and I know you know this, but for people who may not, he's going for the smallest of creatures and also nature can defeat the seemingly biggest of enemies.
I know, the Avatar ending, the Dances of the Wolves.
It's also kind of Two Towers, like it's been done before in other mythology and stories. And I think it's fine, honestly. It never bothered me that much.
It just makes the stormtroopers look like idiots. That's my problem.
It's like these are supposed to be
the Emperor's best troops, the Empire, and I think it stands for something threatening and powerful. And we see them get beaten by rocks overhead and shot with bows and arrows and easily destroyed.
I will say, I wish they can't show a lot of brutality, obviously, because it's Star Wars, but maybe show a few more Ewoks get shot. We see one Ewok die for sure.
And at least Avatar did that, you know. It showed like that this is a legitimate threat, but it never really felt that way with with Jedi. It was always like
that is a disappointing thing. I still think it's fun, you know. Okay. It's not great. The other two battles they're going on simultaneously, which we should get back to, I think are miles and miles above. But I think it's all good.
I wanted to finish with Luke, so let's
do the space battle then.
I love this sequence because I love the fact that they're approaching the Death Star. The score is fantastic. The dun 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 dun. I just love that. It's building, and then Lando notices something's wrong. Something's weird, and he's like, "Everybody, pull up!" And it's such a cool sequence. And Wedge is like, "Are you sure? I don't see anything." All craft pull up, and they see the whole fleet going up, and then the fighters. Oh, Admiral, there's fighters in Sector 837. It's a trap! I love it. It's just awesome. People make fun of that scene, but it's great. There's a lot of tension, a lot of action going on, and then you see the massive fleet of Star Destroyers and all these TIE fighters going everywhere. It's so huge.
Every bit of the Empire that we've seen so far and more is in this one area fighting.
And to think that this whole sequence was done practically is insane.
Yeah, I think I'll just say straight up, this is my favorite space battle of the saga, even more than the first one.
I love the Death Star battle, but the fact that this is such a huge scale is awesome, and it's so cool to see. So all of that's great. That's all I can really say.
We'll talk. We can talk about how the Death Star is destroyed at the end later.
But
let's go back to where Luke is.
Luke and Vader. Yes.
Luke, he's on Endor with the rest, but then he realizes he's in danger in the mission because Vader knows where he is. He knows he's there.
So he decides to go surrender himself to Vader and try. But, he thinks.
First he tells Leia that she is in fact his sister.
Yes.
He was calm on her. Also, Vader is his father.
Although he's a little naive here, and I like that he's given a little bit of a character flaw, and that he thinks that Vader will never turn me into the Emperor. He's my father.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I'll turn him back. I'll be able to convert him back to the good side, as Luke calls it. I know we all say the light side, but doesn't Luke literally say the good side?
I think he does, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a little different there, dichotomy. So Luke confronts Vader.
I love when he's like, you won't turn me into your master now, and he turns his back on Vader, and then Vader ignites Luke's lightsaber, and there's just this look on Luke's face, like, oh crap, maybe I'm wrong.
So you constructed your own light. I love that scene. It's just
you constructed your own lightsaber.
It's a cool meeting between the two, and then we finally,
it's a real conversation. There's no fighting. There's no banter in between or. Come to the dark side. It feels like an actual father-son conversation, which is interesting.
And then he does turn him into the Emperor. Luke was wrong.
Which, great reveal of the Emperor. I love this theme.
Yeah, him on the throne and the ominous feel. Cool. And Ian McDiarmid, again, as in the prequels, his original performance is incredible.
He's great in all the movies he's in.
Yes. Does a very good job as the Emperor. He portrays the threatening, conniving, kind of evil almost, just pure
evil. Vader's evil pales in comparison into these scenes, but you can just feel the tension in every moment they're in that room, with the Emperor just taunting and Vader standing right there, and Luke, he shows Luke what's going on outside the rebels. Losing, basically. He's taunting him saying, I will defeat your rebel friends. I'm sorry, I'm messing up the lines, but...
No.
And then he taunts him into grabbing his lightsaber with the Force and striking him down.
Vader blocks it.
And first he's trying to avoid it, but then he finally just turns around and snaps and takes it, grabs it, and there's this great shot with Vader's lightsaber blocking it, and at the Emperor's face just smiling like a piece of crap.
Exactly
he is.
What I wanted.
It's great.
And then they go back and forth. Luke is trying not to fight him. He's trying to stay on defensive. He jumps up onto a platform, which Vader first lightsaber throw in the series.
Yes,
cuts
throws
down the platform. And
this great. Oh my God, I love these scenes because Luke is in the shadows and Vader's trying to find where he is knows basically where he is, but he's taunting him and saying stuff like, "You must join," you know, and then he force reads his mind and says, "Sister, so you have a twin sister."
Well, if you won't join the dark side, maybe she will.
No!
And then you get a very intense battle where Luke is giving in to his anger a little bit. You know, he's fighting Vader. You know, he's definitely feels a lot of anger there.
Oh my God!
He doesn't he would never want his friends to be hurt. You know, and that's what the Emperor's trying to capitalize on.
He just goes to town on Vader.
Yeah, and eventually does cut off his hand.
Yes.
And then the Emperor thinks that he is now. He's now won. He underestimates Luke a lot because he thinks that once he's able to get this anger and hatred.
I like all the symbolism, and we kind of disagree on this, but to a point. But I like the symbolism of Luke is being tempted because, like, first when he's in the shadows, there's like half of his face in light, half of his face in darkness. You just get from that moment just these subtle moments, and I love it when they do this in movies. That he is really, you know, on the line. Like he could be tempted. Potentially, maybe to the dark side.
See, I never see that. I just see it as like, is he gonna kill his father, or is he gonna sacrifice himself in order to try to save his father?
Killing his father is definitely what the Emperor wants.
Yes.
So it seems
killing his
like
father,
that must be the thing that's gonna really push him towards.
According to the Emperor, yes, but the Emperor does. This is the thing. The Emperor is underestimating Luke the entire scene because Luke would never turn to the dark side. The Emperor doesn't realize this. The Emperor is just playing on what he did with Anakin and just saying, once I introduce the hate and anger into him, it'll be a piece of cake. You know, I'll be able to say, "Oh, now take your rightful place at my side." That's what he says. And Luke turns off his lightsaber, and chucks it away, and says, "No."
But he's still being tempted.
Never.
Like I love the shot when he hears the Emperor laughing, and then he looks at his robot hand, and then he looks down at Vader's robot arm that's been cut off, or where the arm needs to be, and he realizes, oh my gosh, I'm kind of becoming like my father.
See, I never read that scene that way. I thought it was like, look, I thought it was like a little bit of a connection between the two. Like, you know, here's my hand, here's my father's hand. We share a lot. We're very, very alike, and I think that's what sparks it in him. That says, you know, even if he has a robot arm, even if he has robot limbs, there's still something human inside of him. This doesn't define you. It's what's inside you that defines you. I always thought him looking at his hand and then looking at the Emperor and realizing, you know, I'm not evil. Maybe my father isn't evil too. That doesn't, just because he's a machine does not mean, you know.
But then when course we get Sidious going, "So be it, Jedi," and then Sith lightning for the first time.
Yeah, and then the next scene, and he's like,
"You will now feel the full power of the dark side."
Yeah, and then we get the whole scene.
Vader stands up and throws him off the balcony. But we watched the Blu-ray version, and I want to mention it quick. This is to me possibly, actually, pretty much the worst special edition change. Vader. To
me, it's Han shot first because this one doesn't change a character. This just makes something
it's on
more
par
overt.
with that, because that is terrible. Okay, fine. You're right. It's on par with that. But Vader saying, "No. No." First of all, it sounds just terrible. Second of all, do we not understand salty or something? Like, we get it. Vader is trying to choose. Side with what I've been living with this whole time, or save my son.
Yeah, it shows him looking back and
hard.
forth. And I like the subtlety of him just
get
picking
it.
up.
Why does he have to say that? Like, does he have to say everything he's doing? I'm killing the Emperor now. Oh no, I'm being struck by lightning.
The other thing
I'm
is
dying.
it's supposed to be a surprise, you know, and then him making that noise makes it less of a surprise for the Emperor to be picked up by Vader.
It's painful. I hate it worse than hating Christensen being at the end. I mean, that I understand why Lucas said that, even though I totally disagree. You know, because his logic is, well, that was the last time he was good. Actually, no, the last time he was good was when he betrayed the Emperor and saved his son. But anyway.
But then we get the final discussion between Luke and his father. I really like that scene. I think it's really touching.
That is a really touching scene. And, oh my god.
Where he's just like, you were right about me. Tell your sister you were right. I really love that.
I love the music motif. The really, really slow guitar.
Yeah, the first time we hear a guitar and... It's great, you know.
It's just chilling. I love that moment. And then...
go back to the Forest Moon with Luke and, with Leia and Han seeing the Death Star explode, and then they have a very interesting scene where
that's a funny video on YouTube. where, you know, it's Leia telling Han,
It's like,
don't worry.
Han's like, you love him, don't you? Yeah,
Right,
of course. Right. And then he's
okay,
like,
I won't stand in the way. Oh, no.
It's not like that.
He's my brother.
No, she says, it's not like that. And then he's like,
huh?
He's my brother. And he's like...
He has this shocked look.
And then the YouTube video cuts to him kissing Luke right in front of him.
It's amazing. But,
no, but I think the incest jokes are funny, but they're misplaced.
It's not true.
The only thing I love is like when Leia's like, I know. In some ways, I've always known.
Yeah, that's what makes it
so wait,
weird.
Leia, then you kissed your brher
and you knew? I mean, Luke at least said no, but you knew?
Luke says it's like, I didn't know until I realized.
I mean, it's like Back to the Future when his mother kisses him.
No, I think I understand, but
like
Leia's kissing Luke more to spite Han than anything.
Okay, no, that's fine.
She loves him, you know.
I get that, but it's just funny.
Yeah, but then the wrap up of the movie, well, first of all, we get the special edition showing all the planets celebrating. Which is okay.
We so free! Or we so win! Whatever the hell
whatever he's like,
Jar Jar's in this!
Yeah, there's like Jar Jar dancing on a roof. I swear to God, it's Jar Jar.
It is Jar Jar.
And he's dancing on the roof.
I swear, that's Lucas giving us all the middle finger.
I know. I do kind of like the fact that we see the galaxy celebrating, though, because we can see...
My thing, though, is how do they all know? Because I'm assuming, is this instantaneous, or is this over a few days?
Well, we know that there's, like, galactic news. We know that there's
galactic Facebook or something?
No, but I mean, there's, like, a news source, so they probably are hearing that. It's okay. I just think it's kind of really dumb when they put that
there's some problems with that.
But I like the end celebration. A lot of people hate, like, the new song. I grew up with the new song, so...
Here's the thing. I don't hate the new song. Some people despise it. I'm fine with it, but I love Yub Nub. Yub Nub is so much better. My thing is, it sounds like an Ewok celebration song, and it makes sense because they're on Endor.
Yeah. I wonder why they changed it.
I think it's because they had the other planets. That was a big reason.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, my thing is, why couldn't you just have the Yub Nub, and then we have maybe other music for the other planets? Maybe it changes every time or something.
I do think the new music is good, though. I think it does lead up to the Star Wars theme really well.
Seeing Hayden Christensen here isn't terrible. I think he looks like he's about to murder all the Jedi again. He has this sinister smile, like...
Well, I understand.
It's so weird.
Lucas is trying to say, oh, this is the last time he was truly good, you know, before his turn. This is before he turned evil, you know. What?
Because he was good at the end of his life.
Yeah,
but that's the whole point.
I think he's trying to go for this before the turn. This is
all right.
That's my guess.
Yeah, I don't love it, but it doesn't like piss me off really.
But then everyone hugs, and it's
the end of the trilogy. So
till now.
Yeah, till now. Oh my gosh. But let's talk about technicals of the movie that we haven't.
Another home run for John Williams.
Yeah.
3 out of 3.
Yeah, and then if you're going to count the whole saga, I would say 5 out of 6. Because Attack of the Clones not being the greatest, but...
Across the Stars.
Yeah, but besides that. I mean, there's not a lot more.
Well, I don't think Williams ever did a bad job, you know.
No, that's fair. That's fair. They just aren't home runs.
No, I think these ones are definitely a hit out of the park. I think Episode 1, just because of Duel of Fates and a couple other...
Yeah, there are some great ones.
Sith, I love the soundtrack of Sith.
Sith is really good. But, yeah, again, like I said in the Star Wars 4 video, each of these original trilogy films, the soundtracks, I can listen to them and hear the dialogue and hear the characters, hear the sounds of Star Wars, and it fits so well. And I love it. I love the score to this one. You know, I love the Ewok theme. It's perfect for the Ewoks. And the Emperor theme, as I mentioned, dark and sinister and creepy.
And again, like I said, the special effects work is top notch here.
Oh,
very, very, very good. The sound design, good as ever.
Ben Burt, man. Ben Burt.
Yeah, they all just do so well. You know, again, it's not like this movie is that bad, you know, that much worse than the others. It's just, for me, it was a step down.
There's a couple things that take it down a notch. I still like the Ewoks. I love the space battle. That's my favorite space battle. It's also my favorite lightsaber fight of the series on an emotional level.
Yeah,
I understand like technicalities why you'd pick, say, Anakin versus Obi-Wan. I love that fight. I even love the Maul versus Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon.
Yeah, I guess maybe we should do like a roundup video like everything in Star Wars because
we could honestly, yeah.
I could directly compare the two. Yeah, but now I've rewatched them all, so I can really kind of think about them all, right?
Yeah.
Really fresh in my mind. And I feel like I do love the fight here, but I didn't think it was a bad decision to make the Jedi, in the prequels a little more fluid and more, fast-paced action, because
I just like that it's more raw here.
yeah,
I guess.
I think what Abrams will do at the new films is still continue the fast-paced lightsaber battles of the past, or of the prequels. At least they'll continue that, because here we have Kylo Ren. Which
I think it'll be a combination too, honestly.
Yeah, but we have Kylo Ren, has also not only an awesome new lightsaber, but definitely a different way of fighting.
See, some people hate that design. I disagreed with all those people as soon as I saw it. I was like, that is so cool.
Oh, it's really cool. I also love the way the blade looks. It looks more like a flame. That's kind of awesome.
It really does. I'm so excited to see this movie.
Very sinister.
But, yes. But yeah, to wrap up, thoughts. It's a great, excellent sequel. It's a great end to the trilogy. Had this been the end, this was a really fine end. It has some of the worst things in the special edition. This is my least favorite special edition movie.
Mine is 4. Because of the Jabba the Hutt scene, because of the Hutt first, because of the pointless changes to small things that really seem dumb.
That's true.
But as someone who grew up with the special editions, who kind of didn't know of anything different until I watched the originals, I'm fine with it. The only thing that really annoyed me was the Blu-ray changes. But again, I'm not going to rate it based on that. I'm just going to talk about the pure film here.
Yeah, but the movie itself, I really enjoyed this movie.
See, for me, I guess I might disagree with you a little bit. I don't think I would ever watch Return of the Jedi just by itself. I think it would always be to watch the whole series.
Sure.
Like, I've watched A New Hope by itself several times. I watched Empire several times just by itself. And even Sith I watched by itself.
I do want to...
Jedi, I don't really ever foresee myself...
I do want to ask you, though, since you both rewatched both recently...
Yes.
Why is it that you like Sith a little more than Jedi?
Yeah, I mean, they're both good movies. I think for Sith, for me, particularly, I might just be a defender of this movie, but I'm just telling you about my personal experience here. I totally understand if you don't like Sith. I know there's problems. I was just, when I sat down to watch it, when me and Sean sat down to watch it, I was expecting to like it less because it had been a year since I'd seen it, and I knew I was seeing more and more issues, with the other 2 films. My God. So I absolutely hated those. So I'm like, maybe this will step down. It stepped up from what I thought it would be. I thought it was a blast. I really loved... Maybe
it's also because you just watched the other 2 films, though, and you were like, oh boy.
No, but it's not that, because I've seen them all already. I knew.
Fair enough.
But I really enjoyed it. I'm still remembering it. I really did enjoy the film, despite its flaws. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it was action-packed. It felt like Star Wars. I liked the dark tone. I liked everything about it, really. I don't know. I think it's unfair to directly compare Jedi to Sith because they're so different. But if I was going to say, if I prefer one or the other, I think I would say Sith.
Okay. I like Sith too, but I would disagree. I like this one better.
Want to rate it?
Yeah. I'm going to give this one 4.5 out of 5. It's not quite the perfect score of the other 2. It's got its problems. But I enjoy the movie, Mm-hmm. We didn't mention it, by the way. Warwick Davis as Wicket. Good job. You're awesome.
Yeah. Yep. Went on to do many other things.
Including Harry Potter movies and Leprechaun. Yes!
And that random guy in episode 1.
Yeah, he's in episode 1. He's also in the new Star Wars.
We'll see who he
is,
I'm
so excited to see it. Is he going to be an alien or is he going to be himself?
I don't know.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'll give it 4 out of 5 stars.
Okay.
I think it's a solid film, and it's pretty good in my book. I definitely love it as a Star Wars movie, just not as good as the first 2 for me.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a step down.
That's fair.
But it's an apt end. It's not like I felt cheated. It felt like everything fell into place just right.
Yeah, it would be really hard to pull 3 lightnings out of a bottle,
Yeah. No, I totally understand it. So.
But that's the end. Oh my God.
Until tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Yep, so we will be back tomorrow night with
excited.
Again, I will repeat this. We're going to do a spoiler video.
Yeah.
And a
spoiler-free video. Now, this will be spoiler-free.
There will be a massive thing on the thumbnail saying spoiler-free, and it'll be in the title. And we'll definitely make sure that we won't discuss any plot points, not just like big reveal moments. We're gonna not talk about plot, just talk about general
if
thoughts.
it's in the trailers, which have been, I love J.J. Abrams so much. The trailers have said nothing. We know very little. Good. So if it's in the trailers, like the characters, we'll talk about the characters that we know of.
Yes.
If there's any big reveals, we will not talk about them.
Most of it, we're just going to talk about the characters we know and what we thought, and then move on to our spoiler video for a more detailed analysis. And I will expect that video to be a little bit longer than these, because it'll be the first time we saw the film, so there'll be so much to talk about.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this movie. I've been waiting for 3 years.
I've been waiting for 10 years. I remember when
I didn't think there would be one, because I remember...
I did when I was a kid. I was like, okay, you know...
Well, I did when I was a kid, and I remember reading somewhere Lucas said he's never making another one. I was like,
but I always thought, there was a chance that Hollywood would never let this series sit with all the money.
Well, especially nowadays, everything needs to be brought back.
So I'm like, it'll come back, and now it's just kind of cool that it was so soon. Because remember... How long did the people have to wait for Phantom Menace? They had to wait longer than 10 years.
Oh, please don't make me think of Phantom Menace right before Force Awakens. That scares me.
But, I mean, this movie can't... What year was this again? 84?
83.
83, thanks. I always forget this one for some reason. So, 83, they had to wait, over 15 years for the next one. Here, we only had to wait 10, so I feel spoiled. True. And we get 6, at least. So...
No, it's insane. But, I still remember, real quick, 2012, getting on Facebook in October and seeing everywhere... Walt Disney buys Lucasfilm, Star Wars Episode 7 going to be made.
Announced, yeah, they announced it right away.
And I honest to God, thought it was a late April Fool's Day joke. I was like, what the hell is this? It's fake, this is a prank, whatever.
And then they announced that J.J. Abrams would be directing it. I was like,
mine was blown.
This is a geek stream come true. Because they're like, no, I love that J.J. was like, I don't really want to do it. And then they gave him more money because they're like, dude, you need to do this. Otherwise it will get screwed up.
They knew it. They knew he'd be perfect for it. That's why
he's the perfect guy. Yeah.
And then he realized, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I don't want Star Wars to be ruined.
But we should cut it off here.
Anyways,
we can talk about that.
Okay, we can talk about that in the Force Awakens videos.
Check it out tomorrow, though,
Check it out.
We're excited.
All right. Like, comment, subscribe, and may the Force be with you. Always.
Yes, always.